Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Thursday, the 16th of April. India-Canada agree on 5-year uranium supply deal. Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi returns to India after mysterious leave. And Chinnaswamy Stadium becomes world's first solar-powered cricket ground. And now for all the details, Rahul Gandhi, the Vice President of India's main opposition Congress party, returned to the country on Thursday. Gandhi has been away for nearly 2 months from the political scene, with many even within his party questioning his leadership qualities.
Rahul Gandhi ended his dramatic vacation from politics as he returned to the Indian capital on Thursday. His mother Sonia Gandhi and sister Priyanka met him at his residence upon his arrival. Even though Gandhi flew into India on a Thai Airlines flight, it is still unclear on where he was for the past 56 days. He had taken leave in February just ahead of the budget session of the parliament, which was extended a couple of times. This had raised speculations on a growing divide within the Congress over a possible elevation of him as the party's president, replacing Sonia. Many, including former Delhi Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit, had questioned his ability to lead the grand old party. But with his return, the Congress party believes they can put the speculations to rest. He is expected to make a return into politics with a farmers' rally on Sunday. The Congress party said Gandhi will lead the party with new dynamism.
He is our Vice President. He is the leader of the Congress party. When we had informed the people that he has gone for a sabbatical, he has gone to introspect. So is this the problem of others? He is back, and I have no doubt that he will be not only taking proactive measures, but also with dynamism and with commitment.
But others seem less convinced. The federal ruling Bharatiya Janata Party said Gandhi owes an explanation on his mysterious leave.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi today has to talk to the nation, and the nation really wants to know whether Mr. Rahul Gandhi wants to continue in politics or does not want to continue in politics. There is nothing called as part-time politics. Politics is a complete full-time job, because you are not just the Vice President of Congress, but also you are a member of Parliament representing a constituency. You just cannot shy away from your duties that you have promised to deliver to the people of your constituency.
The Congress party, which has a history of over 125 years, has ruled the country for most of its history since independence in 1947. But the Grand Old Party faced a drubbing in the 2014 general elections, where it was reduced to just 44 seats in the 545-member House.
India and Canada have agreed upon a historic 5-year deal worth $280 million to supply uranium, ending a nearly decade-long isolation of New Delhi. The two countries have also agreed to work together in a number of fields during the ongoing visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Canada. Our political editor Smita Prakash reports from Ottawa.
India and Canada signed today a deal which will begin nuclear commerce between the two countries almost instantaneously. Uranium supplies from Canada will move to India as early as this year. It was a remarkably painless deal, is what an official said on the background. Just within 1.5 years, the deal was signed, negotiated, and this is one of the dreams that Prime Minister Modi has, to have clean energy to power industry in India.
Prime Minister Modi put it best when he said it's not just a commodity we're dealing with the uranium. It's a show of trust between the two countries, faith and trust, and really a building block for the future.
Prime Minister Modi said that his government was committed to working with renewable energy and providing energy efficiency in India. This is especially important for his Make in India project. Prime Minister Modi said that he was inviting more and more Canadian firms to invest in India.
Canada has the potential to be a key partner in every area of India's national development priority: energy and infrastructure, manufacturing and skills, smart cities and agro-industry, and research and education.
The Indian Prime Minister and the Canadian Prime Minister spoke extensively about the two countries cooperating to fight terrorism. The Indian Prime Minister referred to the attack on the Canadian Parliament late last year, and he said that it was something that wasn't an attack on just a building but a temple of democracy. Prime Minister Harper and Prime Minister Modi spoke about how India and Canada are natural partners and can cooperate in several areas. Prime Minister Modi even saying that his visit will springboard the two countries into a new strategic partnership. Prime Minister Modi heads to Toronto later today, and where he will meet with the Indian diaspora. Smita Prakash for South Asia Newsline in Ottawa.
The Muttahida Qawmi movement should come clean on the allegations around the murder of one of its founding leaders, Imran Farooq, Interior Minister Chaudhry Nisar Ali Khan has said. Pakistan government has also formed a special investigation team after a suspect in the case was arrested recently in the high-profile case.
A day after the Scotland Yard sought access to the key suspect in the high-profile murder, Pakistan has announced a joint investigation team to probe the 2010 case. British High Commissioner to Pakistan Philip Barton had met Interior Minister Chaudhry Nisar Ali Khan on Tuesday to convey request for access to the three suspects. Khan, however, said the investigations in Pakistan are going on and no decision has been taken in this direction so far.
ये पाकिस्तान के अदालती निज़ाम, पाकिस्तान की commitment to fight crime, Pakistan's commitment to ensure justice का issue है और इसके international repercussions हैं. मैं आपसे वादा करता हूं कि जब भी तफ्तीश में पेशरफ्त होगी या कोई ऐसी चीज जो आपके सामने आना जरूरी है, हम एक छोटा सा ब्रीफ आप तक पहुंचाएंगे.
Pakistan authorities had on Sunday arrested an MQM worker, Muazzam Ali Khan from Karachi, who is believed to be the prime suspect in the case. The MQM has however said that Khan was not a member of the party and that it wanted to see an early end to the case. Imran Farooq, a founding member of the MQM, who was on the run from Pakistan police, was stabbed to death outside his London residence in 2010. British investigators suspect political rivalry and money laundering as reasons behind his murder. MQM chief Altaf Hussain, who is also living in exile in London, was arrested last year by the Scotland Yard for money laundering.
As Gilgit-Baltistan is gearing up to hold provincial elections, many fear that a free and fair voting is impossible in the remote area. They also believe that little would be achieved in the region from the polls, given the limited powers the provincial administration has.
As the Himalayan region is likely to hold elections to elect the new provincial government, there is a growing fear among the opposition parties of pre-poll rigging by the government. The Pakistan People's Party and Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf have demanded that the elections should be held under the supervision of the army and not the government. PTI chairman Imran Khan had recently called the newly announced Gilgit-Baltistan package by Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif a poll plank. Many in the valley also have apprehension on the feasibility of a fair poll here.
इस्लामाबाद में जिस पार्टी की भी हुकूमत बनती है, कम और बेश उन्हीं की हुकूमत गिलगित-बल्तिस्तान में ही बनती है. जहाँ तक गामागामी शुरू हो गई है, लेकिन एक कन्फ्यूजन भी पाया जाता है कि इलेक्शन कब होंगे और इसका कोई हतमी ऐलान होने के बाद भी कुछ ऐसी बातें सामने आ रही हैं जिससे फिर 605 लोग मुब्तला हैं.
Many also see the recent appointment of Barjees Tahir as the new governor of Gilgit-Baltistan as Pakistan government's way of rigging the polls in its favour. They also complained that the Election Commission, which is tasked with conducting the polls, has very limited powers.
Election Commission तो मुझे बिल्कुल गैर फाल नज़र आता है. उसका उसूलन इलेक्शन का इनेकाद इलेक्शन कराने का काम इलेक्शन कमीशन का होता है, लेकिन बहैसियत इदारा और चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर की कोई एफिशिएंसी हमें नज़र नहीं आती है. जो कैंडिडेट है, पार्टी सरबराह हैं, वो डेट ऐलान करने जा रहे हैं कि जून में होगी, अगस्त में होगी. ये एक गलत बात है. ये एक ऐसी रवायत है या ये जो एक हिसाब से इलेक्शन कमीशन के फैसले में असरअंदाज होने की कोशिश की जा रही है.
Even though there is an elected provincial assembly, it has very little powers. The real administration is carried out by a Gilgit-Baltistan council headed by Pakistan Prime Minister. Burhanullah also claimed that even with the elections, the ground realities of politically backed sectarianism is not going to change.
देखेंगे कि मुखालिफ जीत रहा है वो हरबे भी इस्तेमाल करेंगे जो उनके लिए फ्रूटफुल होंगे, जैसे मजहबी या फिर कवारियत का कार्ड, उसका इस्तेमाल करने का ये जवाज़ बनाएंगे कि वो अपने मफाद में वो कार्ड इस्तेमाल करेंगे। मुमकिन है कि इस कार्ड को इस्तेमाल करने में कोई भी फर्द या कोई भी कैंडिडेट पीछे नहीं हटेगा।
Gilgit-Baltistan, which has an estimated population of 1 million, suffers from acute underdevelopment due to years of neglect in the hands of its rulers in Pakistan. The resource-rich region, which was illegally occupied by Islamabad over 6 decades ago, has some of the worst indices of living standards in the world.
After gaining control of Gwadar port in southwestern Pakistan, China is mooting the idea of using it as a base for its naval ships. The strategically important port was given to a Chinese firm despite the opposition from locals.
China, which is building an economic corridor connecting Gwadar to China's Xinjiang, has been granted a 40-year control of port, which it is likely to use to tap into the global petroleum transit. Beijing could also use it as a base for its naval ships in the Indian Ocean region after the Sri Lankan government recently made it clear that no more Chinese ships will be allowed to dock on its shores. The multi-billion mega project is likely to be operational later this year. Gwadar port in Balochistan is placed strategically facing the Persian Gulf, which is the gateway for about 20% of the world's oil. Despite Pakistan pumping in millions for the port construction, it had little benefits for the locals as most of the skilled workers are from Punjab or Sindh provinces. The Chinese-backed project began construction in 2002 amid fears from locals about large-scale migration of non-Baloch people to the insurgency-hit province.
It will no longer be charged only by the enthusiasm of sports fans, but also by solar panels. An arena in southern India became the world's first stadium to get its energy from the sun. Take a look.
Cricket in Bengaluru will not be powered by the sheer passion of its buffs. The M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in the southern tech hub will now also be beaming with rooftop solar panels, which will ensure a bright and sunny pitch to the cricketing nucleus of the state. Pursuing its environment-friendly ambition, the Karnataka State Cricket Association has commissioned a 400-kilowatt solar plant to power the entire stadium, making it world's first solar-powered cricketing arena. The initiative is meant to reduce power consumption drastically.
We are extremely happy to have launched this solar concept at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. As you rightly said, this is the first time a cricket stadium across the globe to generate such amount of solar energy. So in the Karnataka State Cricket Association, we have installed 400 kVA solar unit, which generates about 6 lakh units, which will in turn, which we will get about 40% of our power will be met from the unit, from the solar generated unit.
Pegged as a first for any stadium in the country, the bi-directional net metering project is designed to generate 590,000 units a year, enough to power 200 homes using 3 kilowatt power annually. It will also cut down about 600 tons of carbon dioxide emission annually.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. India-Canada agree on 5-year uranium supply deal. Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi returns to India after mysterious leave. And Chinnaswamy Stadium becomes world's first solar-powered cricket ground. Now viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.